Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial, and here we're going to change the size of the business idea. So if we go back to our page that's live, if we click on friends, the business idea grows bigger. However, if we leave it alone for a few seconds, every 5 seconds it undoes one of the friends that increases, and it reduces it back all the way down to 0. It doesn't go to the negative though, like our net worth. It goes down to 0 and it stops. So friend count never goes down to the negatives. However, if we leave this for a long time, not adding new friends, the business idea button goes back smaller. So now it's smaller again. So if we add 3, then it grows back bigger, and it stays bigger for 5 seconds. And if we wait 5 seconds without adding any more friends, it should go back. Yeah, it already went back smaller. So the 5 second is not when you click the friends button. The 5 second has an automatic 5 second interval timer that's always firing off. So it's actually little slower, or it's sorry, not slower. It's actually a little more randomized. Whether that's good or bad, that's not too important. This is not a precise application that's really important. This is just to get a general idea across and to do a basic JavaScript tutorial. So next, what we want to do is we want to let's say we want to go to our script page, and we want to create another set interval. So here we're going to say change size of business button, and we're going to say set interval change business button size, and we're going to set it to 600 just to make it different. We don't want it to be the same as the other one we created. So in fact, we can just do something like 1, something like that, 601, so it's even to the micro millisecond. It's just kind of randomizing itself. Actually, I should do that up here too. This one, let's just say 3. That should do it. All right, so what we want to do next is we want to create another variable. This one is going to be let biz up down. So it's similar to our friend buttons up and down, and we're also going to just set it to null in the beginning. And then we're going to say function change business button size. And this is going to be let business button is equal to document get element by ID and business. And let's just make sure we have our business ID here. Yep, we have our business ID right here. So I'm going to go all the way back down, and I'm just going to resize the screen so that you can see the left scroll bar, because it's important to know when I'm scrolling up and down. I'm going to just resize this, and then I'm going to close that down since I don't need to have that open anymore, since we're only using one file. All right, so we want to go back to our business button right here, and 1 second. Okay, so here we want to say if, and we are creating very similar if-else statements like above. It's going to be slightly different, but it's fairly similar, so it will be exciting to learn. So if business button class list contains biz large 1, and I believe it's going to start at biz large 1, right? So we have biz large 1 here. So we are starting up at biz large 1. So if we go back down here, so if that exists, we want to say biz up down is equal to up, and we want to toggle again. So business button class list toggle, and we say biz large 1. All right, so we then we want to toggle biz large 1, so we remove biz large 1, and then we want to add biz large 2. And if you remember, we originally created all our CSS styles here. So biz large 1 has a font size of 30 pixels, biz large 2 has a font size of 37 pixels, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're utilizing right now. We're toggling these on and off depending on how big we want the button size to be, which is determined by the font size within the button. So having said that, we're going to go back down here. We are going to go else if, and then we are going to say else if business button class list contains, and as you can remember, I explained what class list and contains does in our last tutorial. And if you're ever confused, guys, if you're ever confused about how to find these, you can always go to Google and go to w3schools.com. So if I go to here and go class list JavaScript, like the first one, just go to the W3 Schools one here and click here, class list property, and it shows you exactly what you do. And here you can try it. It shows you a sample code, and if you go down here, it shows you the definition and usage. You can read that, and then it shows you which browser it's supported by as well. So it's really easy to learn JavaScript, and you can learn the other. You can learn the toggle or the contains property as well. So you just have to learn the DOM. I actually learned, if I go back here, I actually learned how to do JavaScript from this website. So here I go JavaScript. I'm not sure if it was here, but I did learn JavaScript from, I think I go to here, JavaScript, and yeah, I mean, there's many places you can learn JavaScript. I think I did the Ajax one, I think. I mean, if you already know PHP, JavaScript is fairly easy to pick up. So, I mean, once you learn one programming language, the second programming language you learn, no matter what you choose, always becomes easier, because programming languages aren't that different from one another. They are different, but there's a lot of similarities as well. So once you get into that, to the cycle of programming, it gets easier and easier to learn the more you learn. So anyhow, we are going to go back here, and we're going to say if check for business class contains. Now this time it's going to be, whoops, biz large 2. So if now that we check if biz large 2 exists, and we also check if biz up down is equal to up. If it is up, we want to say business button class list toggle, and then toggle biz large 3. So business button class list dot toggle biz large 3. All right, so we have this here, and then we're going to say else business button class list dot toggle, and we're going to say biz large 1. So so business button class list dot toggle biz large 1. So basically, if it is up, we want it to move up, and if it is down, we are making it smaller again. So it's very simple. So let's go back to our button page, and let's refresh. And there it grows bigger twice, and then goes smaller again. But it's not going back all the way down smaller. So what we need to do is, I think we have to create another business large. So it's basically going up. So it starts at biz large 1, it goes to biz large 2, and once it's at biz large 2, it goes to biz large 3. But once it's at biz large 3, we have to make it go back down to 2. So that's what we're missing right now. So we have to go to else if, and then business button class list contains biz large 3. If it is 3, we want to say business button class list toggle biz large 3. And then we have to go, basically we have to determine if the up down is going to be up or up down is going to be down. So what we're going to do is if we're going to do a friend count. We haven't set this variable yet, but we will. So if friend count is 2, and this friend count variable is going to go up every single time we press the friend button. So we're going to program that in this video tutorial as well. So this tutorial will be a little bit longer, but bear with me, it'll be very fun. So friend count is greater than 2, biz up down is equal to up, else if friend count is less than or equal to 2, we want to say biz up down is equal to down. So now that we have that, we can say if else statement, an if statement. So we have an if statement inside an else if statement. So in this one, we're going to say if biz up down is equal to up, we are going to say business button class list toggle biz large 4. Else we want to say business button class list toggle biz large 2. And I just wanted to explain this simple thing because I just remembered why it was doing this. If we remember here, it's only going up down once. It's not going back to the very smallest one. That's because the biz up down variable is still set to up always. It's never changed to down. So once we have the down function, because we're going to set friend count to 0 to begin with, it's going to go biz up down. So it's going to go back, set it down. So here it goes back to this if else statement here based on the set interval. And once it says else biz up is not up, then the business large, the class goes all the way down to biz large 1, which is the smallest business button size. So that's basically what we're creating here. So now that we created that, let's create a friend count variable. So we're going to say set friend count variable. Oops, why is that? Oops. Set friend count number. Whoops. All right, so we're gonna say that, and then here we're gonna say let friend count is equal to 0. So down here it's going to always be 0. So it's gonna go. So down is going to be selected because it's less than or equal to 2. So it's always going to be down for now. So if we have that and we go back to our page and refresh, it should go up, up, and down, down. Okay, refresh the page again. That's a little odd. It's not going down to the smallest one. Let's go to console. Console is correct. So if we go refresh, it's not being changed to, oh, we didn't change it. So let's see, biz up down. Let's see, biz up down, else if biz up down. Let's go alert up is selected, and let's go alert down is selected. Let's see if that shows anything. Okay, go back to our page, refresh. That's odd. Let's just go here and go alert. I'm just debugging. This is how I debug. So this is a really good example of seeing live how I actually debug. Now, if I mess up too much, I'm gonna cut this section out and then just show you the part where I move on. But right now, this is a very good example of how I personally debug. Some people like using console log. That is the better way, but I don't know. I just like using alert a lot because it's simpler. I don't know. Everyone has a different way of debugging. This is just how I do it. So I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, so that JavaScript piece is working. So let's copy and paste this. And let's copy and paste this here. Okay, so this is not being run. So else if business class contains business large 3. So if we go back here, oh, business large 2 is not getting toggled off. That's why. All right, so let's go back here. We missed out on something. Business. Right, so here we have to go business button class list toggle, and then we have to say toggle biz large 2. This is what we forgot to do. So now let's go back to our page, refresh, and it should have the alert. Okay, there you go. We have the alert. So I'm going to remove the alert. We don't need this anymore. And then okay, refresh the page. And it should go, whoops. Oh yeah, so down is selected. Okay, down is selected. All right, so okay, sorry guys. So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to remove this. We don't need these anymore. And we're going to say refresh the page. All right, so now it goes all the way down to the smallest one. So it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. But now what we want to do is we want if up is selected, we want it to move to the larger one. So we have to create a function for the friend button so that every time we click the friend button, a function is run to increase the friend count. So let's do that, and we go to the button for friends. It's this one right here, right? Friends, yeah, the friends. And then we're gonna create a event listener, and we're going to say on click, and it's going to run a function called add friend. So let's create this function called add friend, and let's go down here and let's say function add friend count is plus and equal to 1. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Now let's go back to the page. So basically what's going to happen is the business ID button is going to grow bigger, and then it's going to stop at button large 4 class if we added more than 2 friends. So that's because that's the if else statement we created. So it goes up smaller, goes back smaller. Now if we add this a couple times, it grows bigger and stops. So this is exactly what we programmed. Simple programming. I wouldn't really call this programming. There is a lot more difficult type of programming you can do, but this is just an easy way to learn JavaScript. So, but having said that, if you followed along this far and you're doing a beginner JavaScript tutorial, congratulations, and let's move on to the next part, which we're going to continually make this grow bigger and smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another if-else statement here. So we're going to say else if business button class list contains biz large 4, else if biz large 4, and we're gonna say business button class list toggle biz large 4. And then we're going to do an if biz up down is equal to up. We're going to say business button class list toggle biz large 5. Else business button class list toggle biz large 3. And we have to do this one more time because we have biz large 6. So I'm going to copy and paste this else if statement one more time. So copy and paste this. Well, actually we don't have to because it's going to be simpler. So else, the last one is the easiest. So last one is else if business button class list contains biz large 6. Then we want to say biz up down is equal to down, and business button class list toggle is biz large 6 and toggle 5. So now it should go up and down all the way until 6 if friend count is bigger. So once this idea is gone bigger, it'll always remain bigger. So now let's test this out. So refresh add some friends, grows bigger, and stops at there. So we don't want it to stop. We want it to, I actually don't understand why it stopped. It should keep on going. Let's go to console log. So we don't have any JavaScript, we don't have any errors. So let's just try that again. So it goes back smaller. And if I add a few friends, it goes bigger and it stops. All right, so let's inspect element. And biz large 5, and it stopped at biz large 5. So something's wrong at biz large 5. So biz large, oh, we didn't even add a biz large 5. That's why we did biz large 4, and we then moved on to right on to biz large 6. So we have to add biz large 5. So we're going to copy this if else statement, and then paste it right here. And this time it's going to be 5, 5, and if up, we're going to go all the way to 6, and if down, we go to 4. Now it should work. Now refresh the page. All right, goes back down. Now add a few friends. Goes all the way up, goes back down, and it doesn't grow it very small because it's going to be always up from there. So now we have to add a set interval. So we timer. So every 5 seconds, the friend count decreases by 1, so that the business idea function can go. The business idea button can grow smaller again. So to do that, we are going to head up all the way to the top again. And while we're at the top, we're going to add a decrease friend count interval. So we're going to say here, we're going to say set interval, and I'm not commenting my my JavaScript code that well because this is a simple application. But of course, if you actually want to get serious about coding and you're working with programmers, you'll naturally begin commenting a lot. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this is very bad practice when it comes to commenting, and that in real application development, you want to do a lot of commenting. However, we're going to go here and we're going to say decrease friend, and we're going to go, let's say 3.5 seconds. 3.5 seconds. So every 3.5 seconds, the friend count decreases. So we're going to create a function called function decrease friend, because if you don't maintain your friends, their friends will find other places to get more entertained by. So you got to entertain your friends constantly, guys. It's maintenance. That's why it's hard to have a lot of friends, and you just have to have good few friends. But if you're a very valuable person, it's easier to have a lot of good friends. So you want to focus on becoming a valuable person as well. Anyhow, I'm not a self-help guru. That's not my goal. I'm just showing you my ideals of how I view the world, because I want to view the world as a friendly place. So anyhow, we're going to say friend count is greater than 0. If friend count is greater than 0, every 3.5 seconds, we want to say friend count minus by 1. So now it should go back smaller. So if we go back, refresh the page, business idea is small, we add a few friends, grows larger, and now in a few seconds, it should go back smaller. So let's just make sure it goes back smaller. Okay, not yet. Wait for it. Okay. Okay, it's definitely not getting smaller right now. Let's see. I'm going to go friend count. Friend count is 6, and it's not going smaller. Okay, so it's not going smaller. Decrease friend. Okay, that's correct. Oh, right. We don't need the braces here. Okay, so remove the braces. Now it should work. We remove the braces, refresh the page, goes back smaller. Let's add exactly 2. Whoops, doesn't work. So add one more. Oops. Okay. A few more. Okay, now it should grow bigger. All right, bigger, and it should grow smaller than this next one. Okay, after this, it should grow smaller. There you go. It grows smaller and doesn't grow bigger again. All right, guys. So that's how we code the JavaScript for making a button bigger and smaller, depending on a hidden variable of friends. Let's make it bigger. So let's get big business ideas. So we have a lot of big business ideas. So that's how we create the business idea button. So for the next button, we're going to show the lottery button and make those appear and disappear and size up and size down, and that will be very fun to program. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love more subscribers. Once you guys subscribe to my channel, I can start interviewing people about how they think about money and how online business is conducted, because if there's more subscribers, I gain reputability. So I really appreciate if you guys could help me out and subscribe. That really helps me a lot. I'm trying my best to get I'm trying to surpass the 200 subscriber mark at this point. So if you guys can help me out and subscribe that button, or get your friends to subscribe, or if you have another account to log into that and subscribe, that's fine too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this free tutorial, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or evening or night. Make lots of friends, eat healthy, stay healthy, enjoy life. And I'll see you guys in the next part of this JavaScript video series tutorial series. Thanks for watching, guys.